bloated like a balloon. Jenny was cute and cuddly. She always dreamt of having a good figure, but didn't know how. Jenny was loved by her parents, friends, and family. They would often ask her to start exercising to lose weight. But Jenny just wouldn't listen. She insisted on skipping lunch or breakfast, but wasn't ready to start an exercise routine. Anyways, it was a Jenny's sister Joy's birthday. Unlike Jenny, she was a well-toned girl with an admirable figure. Everybody was busy decorating the house for a party. Suddenly, one of Jenny's cousins came to her with a full-blown balloon. He pricked the balloon in Jenny's face and said, "I think you should prick your belly with a huge pin. A hole in your belly will let out all the air inside you." Jenny took the remark literally and said, "Thanks for the suggestion, bro. We'll definitely try it tonight." That night, while Jenny was alone in her bedroom, she took a big pin and was about to prick her tummy when Joy entered and stopped her. "What are you trying to do? You will kill yourself." "Ah," said Jenny, "I was trying to let out the extra air in my belly." "You stupid girl," scolded Joy. "Pricking your belly will only hurt you. It's not air that's inside you. It's fat that needs exercise to leave your body." Saying this, she slightly pricked Jenny's belly with the pin and she jumped with horror. "I want to look like you," said Jenny with a sad face. "Everyone makes fun of me." "Then start exercising," stressed Joy. "I stopped eating food," said Jenny, "but couldn't continue with it for long." "That's because dieting is no solution for weight loss." "But why?" asked Jenny. "Look, our body needs energy to work. This energy is given to us by food. But when we eat excessive food and don't exert our bodies, it starts getting deposited inside our body as fat. When we start a diet, our body doesn't get the required amount of energy we need to work daily. That is why it is important to eat healthy and exercise daily." "I tried exercising last summer, but my body ached like anything." "It might be because you might have exercised all of a sudden for a long period of time. So, what should I do?" "Start with light exercises and then move on to a harder set. The same goes for time. Start with exercising at least 10 minutes a day. Later, you can increase the time period. But I often get bored with exercising alone, said Jenny shyly. No worries, comforted Joy. Get up early in the morning and join me or any of your friends while exercising. You can even play any nice, energetic number to lift your spirits. Whatever Joy said sounded exciting to Jenny. Next morning, she woke up early and joined her sister. As each day passed by, she started enjoying the routine. What's more, she even started feeling fresher and lighter with every passing day. Nearly a month of exercising daily in the morning filled Jenny with new energy and stamina. Her friends and family started appreciating her for her determination. She even started getting compliments for losing weight. Whenever someone asked her how she managed to look so energetic, fresh, and happy, she simply say, "I eat gaily and exercise daily." Max loved eating sweets, chocolates, burgers, chips, and everything that his mom called junk. He even fed them to his beloved dog, Ruff. Max ate junk food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. His mom always said to him, "Max, it is fine to eat burgers or sweets once in a while, but you should also eat healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, cereal, breads, chicken, fish, etc." Max would smile and say, "No way, Mom, I will eat only what I want to eat and nothing else." So, one day, his mom said that she won't be feeding Ruff anymore. She asked Max to take care of it and feed it with whatever he felt was right. Max smiled and took Ruff to his bedroom. That night, the two of them had lots of sweets and chocolates. This happened for a couple of days. Every day, Max would take Ruff outside and feed it with all sorts of street food. Soon, Max realized that Ruff wasn't enjoying it anymore. One morning, when Max got up, he saw Ruff lying on the floor. He was sick and didn't have the energy to get up. Quickly, Max decided to take him to a doctor. When he tried to get dressed, all the buttons on his shirt went pop, pop, pop. "Oh no, my shirt has shrunk!" cried Max. And as Max put on a pair of his pants, rip, rip, rip went the pants. Max ran to his cupboard and tried on all of his clothes. Pop, pop, pop went all the buttons on all of his shirts. Rip, rip, rip went all of his pants. Max cried, "Oh no! All of my clothes have shrunk! What will I do now?" Mom heard Max crying and went to his bedroom. She was about to say something, but suddenly started screaming. Both Max and Ruff started expanding and growing. Max grew fatter and fatter, while Ruff expanded widely. Soon, Max started feeling suffocated. It seemed that the room wasn't big enough for him, and he felt hungry as well. His mom quickly got out of the room, as there was just no space for her. Max tried to get out of the room, but he just couldn't get through the door. Max had to break the door to get out of that small room. Quickly, he got to the kitchen and looked for something to eat. He saw a burger and gulped it down in a single bite. Alas! He expanded more and felt hungrier. "Here, take this," said Mom, and asked him to try a glass of milk. The moment Max had it, he shrunk a bit. Next, his mother made him a bowl of vegetable salad. Max had some of it, and his body started shaking wildly with sweets, burgers, and pizzas popping out of his mouth. Suddenly, he realized that his mother was shaking him. It was morning, and Mom was once again scolding him for eating sweets throughout the night. Max hugged his mom and said, "Mom, I'm sorry. I promise I won't have any junk food from now on." Mom was surprised to see this change in Max. On the other hand, Max thanked God that whatever he saw was just a dream and he was saved. Ron was a sweet little boy. Still, nobody wanted to stand near him. Ron was loved by everyone in the family. However, his friends always kept distance from him. One day, his best friend asked him to cover his mouth before speaking. It hurt Ron a lot. When he reached home, he told his mom what his best friend had asked him to do. "It is because your mouth stinks," said Mother. "I have always asked you to brush at least twice a day, but you never listen." "Ah!" said Ron angrily. "Don't nag me again. It is something else that is bothering my friend. You don't know a thing about it." The next day, it was Grandma's birthday. Ron gave her a nice card and Grandma gave him a box of sweets and chocolates on the condition that he would brush his teeth after eating them. Ron agreed to get the box but never thought of fulfilling the condition. When his mother reminded him of his promise, he simply said, "I will brush in the morning." Every morning, Ron would only gargle his mouth with a few drops of mouthwash with really brushing his teeth. He thought it was enough to keep his teeth clean. However, that morning, when Ron woke up, he felt a sharp pain in his gums. He had slept while eating the sweets given by his grandmother. Ron quickly rushed to the bathroom and gargled his mouth. However, the pain was still there. Then, for the first time in months, he brushed his teeth. Nonetheless, the pain grew so bad that he started crying. Soon, his mother called him to have breakfast. Ron went to the table but didn't eat anything. His mother had cooked his favorite dishes, but he simply said that he wasn't hungry. Suddenly, his sister shouted, "Ron, why is your cheek swollen?" His mother quickly turned and saw Ron. Immediately, she took crying Ron to a dentist. The dentist examined Ron's teeth and said, "Boy, you have lots of cavities and your mouth really stinks." Ron couldn't say a word as he had realized his mistake. "Son," said the doctor, "it is very important to brush all your teeth properly at least twice a day. Spend at least 2 to 3 minutes brushing." The doctor also advised him to cut down on his sweets and floss his teeth regularly. To keep his breath clean, the doctor asked him to brush his tongue as well while he brushing his teeth. Ron promised to follow the doctor's instructions and never had a toothache again. Ricky was a very well-behaved boy. He was everybody's favorite as he was polite and was always ready to help others. Though he was loved by everyone, there was one person who was very jealous of Ricky. This was rude Thomas. Thomas hated Ricky because nobody played with Thomas and nobody liked him. Thomas was basically a bad boy who had bad habits. One day, Thomas called Ricky to play after school. Ricky, being a kind boy, readily went with Thomas to play with him. There, Thomas offered Ricky cigarette. "Come on, Ricky, try this. This will make you a man," insisted Thomas. Ricky knew that smoking cigarette is wrong. Still, he could not say no to Thomas and ended up smoking one. When he reached home, Ricky's mother came to know that he had smoked. "Ricky, you have been smoking?" cried his mother. Ricky was so paralyzed by fear that he lied. "No, mother, I did not smoke." Ricky's lie upset his mother so much. This hurt Ricky and made him sad. Ricky's father noticed that at dinner time, Ricky and his mother both were not their usual cheery selves. After dinner, Dad went to Ricky's room to talk to him. "What's wrong, Ricky?" asked Dad. Ricky broke down crying and said, "Dad, Thomas offered me cigarette today and I could not say no. I ended up smoking one and that's why Mother is not talking to me. Said Dad. Well, this is a serious matter, Ricky. Do you know that smoking cigarettes is bad? It harms your body as well as your brains. Yes, I do, Dad, but I just could not say no, replied Ricky. I'm sorry then, my boy. You have to learn to stand up for yourself and say no. You have every right to say no to things that are bad for you, said his dad and went out. The next day, Thomas called Ricky again to play. Ricky went with Thomas to play, but when Thomas offered cigarette to Ricky, Ricky firmly said, "No, Thomas, it is bad for our health. I will not take it, and I would suggest that even you stop taking it." Thomas tried his level best to convince Ricky, but every time Ricky said a firm no. That day, when Ricky reached home, he told his parents, "I have learned to say no." Dad smiled, but when Mom asked him what he meant, Ricky told her the whole story. "I am so proud of you, Ricky," said Mother, and hugged Ricky tightly. Ricky had never felt this proud in his life. Grace is a happy and active girl who likes to get up early in the morning. However, it wasn't like this before. Grace was a lovely little girl. Everyone in the family liked her for her sense of humor and cool attitude. Nonetheless, the only fault with her was that she was too lazy to get up early in the morning. Her mother had to struggle really hard to get her ready for school. And during the weekend, she wasn't seen out of bed till late in the afternoon. Being a late riser, Grace was in the habit of doing this lazily. She was habitual to sleep late at night. She loved watching movies and listening to music till midnight. Since she slept late,